The Boeing 747-400 is one of the most iconic aircraft in aviation history, known for its reliability, power, and capability to handle long-haul flights. But what happens when an emergency situation arises mid-flight? In this thrilling X-Plane 11 simulation, we take you through a heart-stopping emergency landing scenario that pushes the limits of both the aircraft and the pilot's skills. As we begin, the aircraft is cruising at 35,000 feet, everything running smoothly until a sudden engine failure changes everything. The cockpit alarms start blaring, warning the pilots of a critical malfunction. The captain and first officer quickly assess the situation, going through emergency checklists and trying to stabilize the aircraft. In real-life situations, pilots undergo rigorous training for such emergencies, but in a flight simulator like X-Plane 11, it's up to skill, knowledge, and quick decision-making to avoid disaster. The first priority in any emergency is to maintain control of the aircraft. With one or more engines failing, the Boeing 747-400's handling characteristics change drastically. The pilots must adjust throttle power on the remaining engines, recalibrate flight controls, and ensure that altitude and airspeed remain within safe limits. As they work through the problem, air traffic control is notified and an emergency landing is declared. The nearest available airport is selected, and preparations begin for an intense approach and landing. Weather conditions add another layer of difficulty to the situation. Strong crosswinds and turbulence make it even harder to keep the aircraft stable. The pilots communicate with air traffic control to get clearance for an emergency landing, while the flight attendants prepare passengers for impact. Inside the cockpit, the stress level is high as every second counts. Decision-making in this phase is crucial, choosing the right approach path, adjusting flaps, lowering landing gear at the right time, and ensuring descent rate is controlled to avoid a hard landing. As the airport runway comes into view, the pilots make their final adjustments. The aircraft is now at 5,000 feet, descending carefully while managing speed and thrust to ensure a safe touchdown. However, another challenge arises: hydraulic issues affecting the landing gear. With limited control, the crew must decide whether to proceed with a landing or attempt another maneuver to fix the problem. In X-Plane 11, this scenario tests the limits of pilot precision, as landing gear failures can lead to dangerous crash landings if not handled correctly. With only seconds to react, the pilots choose to continue with the landing. As the massive Boeing 747-400 approaches the runway, the tension is at its peak. The final descent is critical, requiring perfect alignment with the runway and a precise flare to reduce speed just before touchdown. The moment of impact is intense. The wheels make contact with the runway. The aircraft bounces slightly, but the pilots manage to stabilize it, deploying reverse thrust and spoilers to slow down safely. After what feels like an eternity, the aircraft finally comes to a full stop. Emergency response teams rush onto the runway, ensuring the safety of everyone on board. The passengers, though shaken, are unharmed thanks to crew's quick thinking and expert handling of the crisis. This successful emergency landing is a testament to the importance of pilot training, aircraft resilience, and the incredible realism of X-Plane 11. This simulation offers a gripping look into what it takes to handle an emergency landing in one of the world's largest commercial aircraft. From dealing with engine failures to navigating extreme weather and system malfunctions, every aspect of this experience showcases the challenges pilots face in real life. The level of detail in X-Plane 11 makes it one of the best flight simulators for recreating these high-intensity scenarios. For aviation enthusiasts and flight simulation fans, moments like these are what make X-Plane 11 an exciting and realistic platform. It allows players to step into the cockpit and experience firsthand what it's like to handle real-world aviation emergencies. Whether you're a casual player or an aspiring pilot, learning how to manage emergency landings can provide valuable insights into the world of aviation. What would you do in this situation? Would you be able to handle the pressure and make the right calls? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this thrilling emergency landing scenario, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more extreme flight simulations. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on new videos featuring high-risk landings, aviation challenges, and realistic pilot experiences in X-Plane 11. Stay tuned for more adrenaline-pumping content. The Boeing 747 is steadily taxiing toward the runway at Payne Field Airport. In Washington State, preparing for takeoff. Its engines emit a deep, powerful hum as it moves down the taxiway, slightly faster than usual. The airport surroundings are calm, with the perfect weather conditions for a smooth departure. Clear blue skies, no turbulence, and optimal visibility. As the aircraft reaches a runway threshold, I push the throttles forward. The 4 massive engines spool up with an intense roar, sending vibrations through the fuselage as the plane surges down the runway. The speed builds quickly, and the nose begins to lift. Within seconds, the wheels leave the ground, and the Boeing 747 gracefully soars into sky. But I'm not stopping at a normal climb. Instead, I pull back on controls, attempting a nearly vertical takeoff, pushing the limits of what this aircraft and the X-plane simulator can handle. The aircraft struggles for a moment but continues to climb, piercing through the sky in an extraordinary ascent. After reaching a safe altitude, I ease off and return the aircraft to a normal flight path. Now, it's time to bring the plane back to Payne Field for a landing. I carefully reduce speed and descend, aligning perfectly with the runway. The flaps extend, the landing gear lowers, and the aircraft glides toward the touchdown point. But something seems off. Wait, you see that? Something is on the runway. It's hard to make out at first, but as I get closer, the shape becomes clearer. Take a closer look. There's definitely something there. Is it debris? Another aircraft? A vehicle? Whatever it is, this landing just got a lot more interesting. As a massive jet reaches the runway, it's ready for takeoff. The engines roar as the plane accelerates down the tarmac, gaining speed rapidly. Within moments, the nose lifts and the aircraft gracefully leaves the ground. However, instead of a conventional climb, I attempt a vertical takeoff maneuver to test how X-plane handles the extreme ascent. The aircraft responds as expected, and after briefly pushing its limits, I return it to a normal climb.